finding it so hard to start this vlog. Good. I always go to say either good morning or good afternoon, depending on like where I am in time at the moment. And I realise when you watch these, it could be morning, afternoon or night. So maybe I should just go with hello. I am not dressed today. Haven't been dressed for a few days, as I don't know what this pain I had was, but it was right up under my ribs. I was saying to Tom, the only way I can describe it is like a muscle cramp, but it was as if something was stuck up under my ribs. It was horrible. And I've had that for a few days, and it does seem to be easing now, but it's just that kind of, there's still like an ache there. So that has been fun. But I thought I'd give you a reading update. Firstly though, I have hopefully put some clips in before this. My cats have been house cats for their whole entire life. And while Bert didn't seem bothered by being a house cat, Ernie has been trying to get out every time a door's open, and out the front of our house is a main road, so I didn't want him running out onto that. But I thought, now we've got a garden, I really had to just let him go out. It's really worried me because I've never had an outdoor cat before, but he seemed to really enjoy it. This morning I let him go. So yesterday I went out in the garden with him and sat with him, and if I shouted him, he came back. So I thought this morning I'd let him go out for a couple of hours. And after about half an hour, I shouted him and he wasn't around anywhere. So I was like, I'm not going to panic. He'll come back when he's hungry. Carried on with my jobs and everything. Came into our bedroom and opened the curtains and the windows to let some fresh air in. If you don't know, I live in a bungalow. And there he was, sat outside my bedroom window, meowed at me, jumped straight up into the window and had cuddles with me. So yeah, I am less concerned, but I am going to get him a GPS tracker because why not? Yeah, so book news. I finished today Her Name Was Rose by Claire Allen. Claire Allen is one of my Insta-buy authors now. I am going to film a video. By the time you watch this, it should be up, of my Insta-buy authors. But I hadn't read her backlist. Now, this was her first thriller, I believe. She was writing women's fiction and now writes thriller. I have read The Nurse and Into the Dark, which are both books. Into the Dark comes out in either June or July. I really enjoyed them. I really have enjoyed her books because they have this kind of, I think that's Tom coming through. Oh no, I think he might have gone. On the surface, you could just look at them as a thriller, but actually scratch beneath the surface a little bit and they have more of a hidden message. This one, not so much, but I think as I know that this was her debut thriller, I'll let her off a little bit. But I enjoyed this one. I think I've given it a 4-star. It kept me gripped all the way through, but I wasn't completely sold on the ending. And I always, thrillers make me feel a bit uncomfortable when the main like woman in it has some kind of mental health problem. But I think that Claire Allen did enough with this character that it wasn't just the trope of nobody believes her because she's mental. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. Will I be keeping this one? Probably not. Although, like, as I say, when someone's my Insta-buy author, I just want to collect their books. So maybe this one will be staying on my shelves for now. So then I also got a stack of book mail this week that I thought I would share with you. And through my door today came Julie Kaplan's The French Chateau Dream, which I'm going to break my own rules and I'm going to sit and read because I am reading my way through Julie Kaplan's series and I've read book 1 and 2 and this is book 8 or 9 and I'm just going to read it because I am breaking my own rules. Another book that I have, and this one isn't out till September, so this probably won't get read just yet. This is Dr. Amir Khan's How Not to Have an Arranged Marriage. I'm currently listening to Dr. Khan's non-fiction book via audiobook, and I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for him from GPs Behind Closed Doors, so looking forward to seeing what I think of his debut fiction. That was sent to me via Book Break. This was sent to me from One More Chapter. Also from Book Break, I have Is This Okay? One Woman's Search for Connection Online by Harriet Gibson. I knew nothing about this when I requested it, but I will hold that there to show you. I don't know if you can even read that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that one soon. I then have been sent Katie Bishop's The Girls of Summer. Now this is actually released on the 25th of May. So again, it's the 22nd today. So by the time you see this video, this book will be out. And this, I get a kind of Louise O'Neill vibe from reading this. It says, Rachel has loved Alistair since she was 17, even though she hasn't seen him for 16 years and she's now married to someone else. Even though she was a teenager when they met, even though he is almost 20 years older than her. Now in her 30s, Rachel has never been able to forget their golden summer together on the remote, sun-trapped Greek island. But as dark and deeply suppressed memories rise to the surface, Rachel begins to understand that Alistair and the enigmatic, wealthy man that he worked for controlled much more than she ever realised. Rachel has never once considered herself a victim until now. So yeah, that gives me Louise O'Neill vibes. And also, I haven't read it yet, but I think it's My Dark Vanessa. And yeah, it has lots of fantastic reviews on the back, including from Catherine Ryan Howard, who I love. So hopefully I'm going to read that one soon. And then my pre-order of Juno Dawson's Her Majesty's Royal Coven came through. And again, I just want to read this one now. So that's what, 5 books that I just want to read now. I am still going through about 7 books at the moment. There's a couple that I've been sent to review that I'm not loving, so they're kind of getting put to the back. I have sat and read books within 24 hours in the last week, which I haven't done for a long time. I'm just gonna, actually, I wasn't gonna talk about it here. I was gonna make you wait till the wrap up. However, I finished The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. Now, I had been told that this book wasn't worth reading, and I disagree. I really, really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the appeal more, I will say that, but this book was very, very clever. I had no idea what was going on for a lot of it, and actually, when I finished it, I was just like, yeah, I really enjoyed that. Couldn't put it down in the same way that of the appeal that I read this cover to cover, in the same way that I did with The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels, which is Janice Hallett's newest book that is coming out again in June or July, I think. But yeah, so many people told me not to bother with this one, and I'm really glad that I did. I can see why it's not for everyone, and a lot of people don't like the format of it, but I just don't get, I mean, it's meant to be voice recordings, and I don't know, I get that some people don't like any of Janice Hallett's books, but I don't personally get how you could like The Appeal and not like this one. Like I say, it's not as good as the other two in my opinion, but I think Janice Hallett has a lot to live up to because her first book was so good. So I'd be interested to know below, if you didn't like this book, what was it that you didn't like about it? The only little point that I can knock it down, I mean, I've given it a 4.5 star because there is this discussion about a character's gender and being genderless and non-binary, and it just felt really strange. Like, I'd love to know why the author put that in there. It didn't add anything to the plot. The other character was a little bit dismissive of it, and yeah, it didn't add anything, and it didn't feel natural. So yeah, just that was the only little sticking point for me. This week I haven't really got much on apart from trying to get ahead with some of my filming my sit down videos and just trying to slowly ease myself over this flare. We've had some lovely weather the past couple of days, which I always get a little bit antsy because I like the sun being out as long as the temperature doesn't go up. I don't cope with temperatures. I do like going abroad, and in a couple of weeks' time, me and Stace are going back to Corfu, but it's a whole different thing there. I have air conditioning for a start. There is a pool. This will be the first summer that we've spent in this house. We moved into here at the end of September last year, so I don't know. I've already noticed that our bedroom doesn't get a lot of sunlight, which is great because hopefully I can keep it cool. But yeah, I will come back to you when I have something else to talk about. Good morning. So it's actually Saturday morning now, and I realised that I didn't finish last week's vlog, so I've just popped on here to do that. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's weekly vlog, and I will see you next time. Bye.